Did you know there's a Toy Story tribute in Leo? This happens right at the beginning of the movie when we see the kids singing their 5th grade song, and we see the second boy singing, Cole. Behind him, there's a shelf with various toys, and one of them, besides being very popular, also has a significant role in the Toy Story franchise. We're talking about the plastic toy soldiers, who are responsible for high-risk operations in Andy's house, like forever. It's practically impossible to see this toy and not think of Toy Story. This is the first of the 25 details and Easter eggs we're going to show you now. Still talking about Cole, the owner of the plastic toy soldiers, after he goes down the slide inside his own room, we see a plate full of nuggets and a huge soda cup. If you look closely, you'll notice that the Chinese flag is printed on the soda cup, the most populous country in the world with 1.4 billion people. Despite Leo being produced in the United States, it's a globally released film, and this is a nod to Chinese Netflix subscribers. Still in the same scene, the nuggets that Cole eats are in the shape of a star, which is related to the Chinese flag, sort of doubling up on tributes and nods to the global streaming audience. Leo doesn't live alone in his confinement in the glass terrarium at school. In fact, his best friend lives with him, Squirtle, a turtle that is also one of the school mascots. And, believe it or not, this name is not at all coincidental. It has everything to do with the first animated Pokemon series released in 1997, almost 30 years ago when many of us weren't even born. One of the main Pokemon in the first version of the show, aside from Pikachu, of course was Squirtle, a water element turtle. So, the name Squirtle of Leo's glass-encased companion is a clear reference to the anime character. No, we're not talking about the movie's age rating, which is indeed suitable for all ages, but rather the fact that practically the entire family of the film's creator, comedian Adam Sandler, makes appearances in the movie. First, we have Adam himself, who voices Leo, the movie's protagonist, but we also have his eldest daughter, Sadie. The Hollywood star's daughter was responsible for voicing Jada, the popular girl in the class. The actor and film's creator's other daughter, Sunny, voiced Summer, the girl who suffers from firstborn daughter syndrome. And finally, Adam's wife, Jackie, voiced Jada's mother, who is voiced by her own daughter. When Leo and Squirtle are playing cards during the 5th grade parents' welcome meeting, we see that they are playing poker and betting some beetles. If you look closely, you'll notice that the symbol on the back of the playing cards is an insect. Indeed, Leo loves to eat insects. In addition to Adam Sandler, other acclaimed comedians appear in the 5th grade Pet Lizard movie, and some of them are longtime friends of Leo. I mean, Adam Sandler, like Rob Schneider, who has already done many comedy films, including with Adam Sandler. And in the movie, he voices the school principal. In addition to Bill Burr, who voices Squirtle and has his own animated comedy series released on Netflix called F is for Family, which is aimed at adult audiences. Oh, we also have Nick Swartzen, another colleague of Adam's, as Cinnabon, a rabbit who lives in the 2nd grade classroom. Are you enjoying the video? Then comment down below, #secret. When Leo starts to remember his past, we can see various references. When he recalls 2003, 20 years ago, we can see that there's a calendar with a picture of superstar Justin Timberlake in the room. At that time, he had just left the 5-member boy band NSYNC. Speaking of groups, right below Justin's calendar, we see a lunchbox featuring the Mighty the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. The image refers to the 1st and 2nd seasons of the Alameda de Anjos Protectors series, released in 1993 and 1994, called Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And we can see that the calendar now features another iconic character from comedy series that you might not remember, but your parents and grandparents probably do. Alf the Alien. The series was a comedy sitcom launched in 1986 and lasted until 1990, depicting an alien who lived with a normal family after being stranded on Earth. Detail: he loved to eat cats. Right above Leo and Squirtle's, in quotation marks, prison, we see a poster of Mr. T. Mr. T is a famous actor who always played tough roles in productions from the 80s, like the opponent of the eternal Rocky Balboa in Rocky III, or the original member of the A-Team, Baracus, the muscle of the group who hates flying. After that, Leo goes back in his memory another 11 years and remembers 1976, where we can now see a lunchbox with the design of the $6 Million Man movie, a reference to a famous action series from the 70s with the same name, telling the story of a man who suffered an accident and became a cyborg, working for the government on risky missions. Additionally, we can see that the calendar now features an athlete with a mustache and several Olympic medals on his chest. This man is Mark Spitz, one of the greatest swimmers in the history of the United States, who won 7 gold medals at the 1972 Munich Olympics. And Leo himself is imitating Mark's style, with a mustache and USA briefs. In the same scene, just above, there's a reference to the 200th anniversary of the United States independence from the British Empire, which took place in 1776 after a war between the two countries, which, in fact, in 1976 was completing exactly 2 centuries of occurrence. When Leo's memories reach the year 1969, we see more references and details. For example, the students and the teacher are all watching the moon landing together, which took place in that exact year, in the midst of the Cold War between the United States and the Soviet Union. Speaking of the Cold War, the map that Miss Malkin brings to the 5th grade classroom is set before that, during World War II, and we see some countries that no longer exist, like the Soviet Union itself. Additionally, Korea on the map was still a single country, not divided into North and South. Miss Malkin is indeed quite ancient. Furthermore, we see a small poster of the Pink Panther, a character used in the opening of the movie of the same name that was so successful it got its own animated series. The Pink Panther poster also alludes to the Beatles' Abbey Road album, released in 1969 as well. Going back one last time, we finally discover the year Leo was actually born. 1949. This is evident from the calendar featuring a New York Yankees player. This was the year the New York baseball team set various records and became the champions of the World Series against the Brooklyn Dodgers. In fact, we also see the new boy in the classroom, named Kabir, wearing a Yankees shirt several times in the movie, as he is from the Bronx. And of course, this has nothing to do with the fact that Adam Sandler is a Yankees fan. In the same scene, when Jada is talking and singing with her friend, we see various images in the background of the girl's screen. One of them stands out and is undoubtedly a joke: several Shiba Inu dogs. This canine image is very similar to the one used to represent Dogecoin and other meme cryptocurrencies, which were heavily promoted some time ago by the world's richest man, Elon Musk, who currently owns X, the former Twitter. When Leo goes to Summer's house, we see that the family is in the living room watching a movie, which shows the classic scene from the 1997 movie Titanic, with Jack and Rose on the edge of the ship. Returning to Cole's room, in the first scene of the movie again, if you look at the walls of the boys' room, you'll notice some references to the most famous heroes in the world of DC cartoons. We can see a painting that is a clear reference to Batman, The Dark Knight, right next to Cole. And a bit to the side, we see a combination of 2 heroes. It strongly resembles Superman, but with a symbol very similar to Flash on his chest. Additionally, moving to Marvel now, we also have a replica of Captain America's shield. The same toys we see in Cole's room are also in Anthony's bathtub: the yellow octopus, the lilac four-armed boxer, and the dinosaur. It seems like both boys have the same taste in toys. In Leo, there's also a reference at the beginning of the movie to the acclaimed children's animated series My Little Pony. We can see in the background, in Jada's room, some plush toys that are identical to the magical ponies from the show. Just one detail: the My Little Pony animated series is also on Netflix. So, clever advertising. When Miss Malkin, the substitute teacher, is practically kicking out Professor Salinas from the classroom, we see on the wall next to the door a tribute plaque to Dr. and Mrs. J. Winger. Dr. J is responsible for the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation's efforts to combat polio, childhood paralysis worldwide. A beautiful tribute to include in a children's movie. Very nice. These were the 25 details and Easter eggs we found in Leo, Netflix's new animation. The movie is really cool. We recommend it. And to keep you entertained with us, we've selected 2 super fun videos here for you. Just choose and enjoy.